Every single year, it's the exact same story, right? Apple tells us this is the biggest upgrade yet. But honestly, with the iPhone 18, things actually feel different. We're looking at a complete redesign, a massive leap in AI capabilities, and cameras that honestly feel a little bit like sci-fi.
So, if you're sitting there wondering whether it's finally time to upgrade your daily driver, well, stick around. We're going to tear through the facts, the data, and the leaks to give you a comprehensive breakdown of absolutely everything you need to know about the iPhone 18 in this explainer.
Here's how we're breaking it down today. First up, design and display upgrades. Then we dive into power and Apple Intelligence, followed by cameras and battery life, and finally, the ultimate verdict.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, Design and Display, where form meets function. Let's talk about how Apple has actually managed to refine the physical build, starting with that front screen. When you look at the front of this thing, the display is just an absolute masterclass. You know the dynamic island? Well, by moving the Face ID flood illuminator totally under the screen, Apple has actually shrunk that cutout from almost 21 millimeters to just about 13.5. I mean, that's a 35% reduction. It essentially hands you back a ton of highly usable screen real estate at the top of every app every single day. It's really the kind of design tweak you stop noticing precisely because it just stops annoying you.
And hey, for those of us who care a lot about aesthetics, no shame in that, let's talk colors. Apple is reportedly ditching the deep blue and cosmic orange this year. But in their place, dark cherry is stepping right up as the big standout hero color, alongside a really crisp light blue, dark gray, and of course, your classic silver.
But the real magic here? It's the illumination. This new LTPO Plus display tech pushes peak outdoor brightness way past 3000 nits. That's honestly wild. It delivers not just a buttery smooth 120 Hz ProMotion experience, but insane outdoor visibility and massive power efficiency gains. So whether you're out under glaring direct sunlight or just watching HDR content in bed at night, the colors are incredibly punchy and the blacks are completely infinite.
Moving right along to Section 2, Power and Apple Intelligence, the true brains of the operation. This entire system is being driven by the brand new A20 Pro chip. It's a 2-nanometer powerhouse packed with 12 gigabytes of RAM that keeps the phone blazing fast and surprisingly cool, which actually perfectly paves the way for our next big topic. Because let's be real, the true star of the show this year is Apple Intelligence. It is so deeply woven into iOS 27 now. Siri is no longer just some basic voice assistant answering trivia questions. It actually understands context across your entire digital life. Siri AI is now what we call an agentic automation engine. It uses something called on-screen awareness to literally see and understand what's currently rendered on your display, and then pairs that with the Spotlight Semantic Index to instantly cross-reference your personal encrypted database of emails, notes, and messages.
Okay, so what does that actually mean for you in practice? Let's walk through this new generative shortcut pipeline. Imagine you need to summarize a massive 50-page PDF, or you want to generate some custom graphics on the fly, or just have your phone handle a bunch of complex, multi-step tasks while you're busy making dinner. It handles it completely effortlessly. You basically give it an input straight from your screen, it uses the on-device AI model to process it in real time, and then outputs the result directly into a target app, like Slack or Notion. It completely bridges apps that have absolutely no built-in integration with each other, and it does the whole shebang entirely hands-free.
When we really stack up legacy Siri against this new Siri AI, the software leap is just staggering. We are officially moving away from clunky heuristic matching and rigid, hard-coded pathways right into generative AI that actually remembers deep, multi-turn context. And honestly, the most important part? It does this securely. Apple Intelligence processes your standard requests completely on-device. And for the heavy lifting, it uses private cloud compute, which processes data on Apple Silicon servers where your data is never stored and literally never accessible to Apple. It's a massive, game-changing step forward for AI privacy.
All right, shifting gears to Section 3, Cameras and Battery Life, where Apple is really pushing the limits.
Let's talk cameras, because let's face it, this is where Apple always shines. The slightly thicker rear camera plateau this year houses some serious new tech, but the absolute biggest upgrade is the variable aperture on the main 48-megapixel fusion sensor. I mean, this is straight-up sci-fi level hardware that physically controls the exact amount of light passing through the lens. What that translates to is jaw-dropping low-light performance. We're talking practically non-existent noise and shadow details that look organic and natural instead of weirdly over-processed. It also unlocks true optical depth of field control for absolutely stunning DSLR-like portraits. Oh, and video stabilization, massive boost there too, making your shaky handheld clips look like they were literally filmed on a professional gimbal.
And what about battery life? Well, get a load of this number, 5,567 milliamp hours. That is the leaked battery capacity for the Pro Max model, which is nearly a 10% jump from previous generations. But here's the thing, it's really not just about slapping a bigger battery cell in there. Apple is actually attacking battery life from 4 completely different efficiency angles all at once. You've got the ultra-efficient 2nm A20 Pro chip, the super smart light-controlling LTPO Plus display, the brand new Apple-designed C2 cellular modem for hyper-efficient 5G, and of course that larger physical cell we just talked about. Thanks to all this working perfectly together, you are comfortably cruising through a full day of heavy use, with juice to spare by bedtime, all while making sure your phone doesn't turn into a hand warmer while gaming.
Now, of course, all this gorgeous tech actually needs to survive the real world. Leaked drop tests suggest Apple has been doing some extensive lab testing to reinforce the internal structure. They're heavily validating frame integrity and impact dispersion. So what does that mean for you? It means your new, even slimmer device is specifically engineered to route blunt force away from sensitive parts like the display and the logic board so it can actually survive those terrifying real-life drops onto the pavement.
Which brings us right to our final section, the final verdict. To buy or not to buy? Let's bring this all together and answer the ultimate question for your wallet. Is the iPhone 18 really worth your hard-earned cash? Well, if you're coming from an iPhone 14 or something older, just think about this sheer leap in specs. You're going from the A16 chip straight to the A20 Pro. You're completely doubling your RAM from 6 to 12 gigabytes. You're jumping from a 4,300 milliamp battery to well over 5,500. And maybe most importantly, you're going from absolutely zero Apple Intelligence to the full Siri AI agentic engine. I mean, that is a massive night and day upgrade across every single category. Now, on the flip side, if you're currently rocking the iPhone 17, this jump might not be strictly essential, unless, of course, you're just absolutely obsessed with the refined design and having those deeper, system-wide AI features at your fingertips.
So I've got to ask, what do you guys think of the iPhone 18? We're honestly no longer just upgrading screens and batteries here, we're putting autonomous, agentic AI engines directly into our pockets. Is having a phone that can literally read your screen and do your busy work for you the ultimate convenience, or is it a bridge too far? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Are you upgrading this year or skipping it? Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more explainers.